This episode of the Be Easy podcast is sponsored by...
If you're looking for a barbecue, a mouth-watering steak, come down to Love's Barbecue and make you a plate. A pulled pork brisket, sausage, and ribs, with appetizers you won't forget. That's Love's Barbecue. Get a taste of Texas. It's Love's Barbecue, 13 miles west of Bernie, Texas, and Chillicothe, Texas, 79225. And with those baby blue eyes and that smile that's mine, this year, well, she turned 3. You better grab a hold of something close, something grabs a hold of you. And don't ask a question if you can't take the truth, 'cause it might be a reflection of you. I said it might be a reflection.
All right, coming to you live from the old abandoned Chillicothe Hospital, Chillicothe, Texas. This is the B to the
E
to the Z.
and that is
Be Easy.
Be Easy, baby. Yo, 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 yo.
I was thinking that one day, like something
That
like
really
that
loud?
about good old days.
Tell us about them good old days, all
I
right?
don't know. They're always in the past.
I know that's right.
That's why they're good.
That's what they call good old days.
Old. Yeah, because the future or the present
Shit ain't never
not
the same.
always that good.
Well, shit ain't never the same.
Huh?
Shit ain't never the same once you've been through other things.
we're
It's just
back.
always something you.
We're here with now we're at the full BEZ here.
You're always talking about the past, good old days.
Yeah, there were some good old days.
Yeah, there have been, but
There's going to be
there's different good old days. There's
going to be more in the future, or is it? We talked a little bit about that
You don't
earlier.
know. That's hope.
Well, we was also talking about life is too short. Tomorrow is not promised. We don't know what's going to happen. We all better be ready.
That's what I was going to say. But get ready. A lot of people get ready in different ways.
And the Lord said,
Get ready.
That's part of it.
Yeah, so like
That's only a piece of it.
some people get ready by stockpiling food and guns.
Well, they're
and
ready
arms.
for all kinds of shit. They're not ready
War.
to die.
yeah, I got something down too.
They're not ready. They're not because they're ready to die. That's who somebody's going to fight for whatever. In a way, a lot of people are survivors that way.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
human nature. But then there's some people, they're extreme, like survivalists and stockpile, and they're ready for zombie apocalypse. And
Well, that's what I was telling-
World War III, whatever.
Well, we did
happens.
talk a little bit about that. Like maybe I should just turn this into a bunker instead of a.
Well, because
Think about the next podcast people that do a podcast here. Old hospital bunker.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. In this room,
Because,
was a
that's-
podcast.
because I'll tell you what worries me is a lot is like COVID, like the way everybody did with COVID. Everybody thought everything would go a different way. Fucking people panic.
Yeah, and that was
People
not
turn
that
shit.
serious. I mean, it was serious,
a lot of
but-
people do. Yeah, but
But a lot of that was created.
yes, a lot of hysteria is created.
Oh,
was,
yeah, absolutely.
That was created
like
by
the
our
toilet
government.
paper thing, a lot of things. Well,
I mean, not by our government.
Well, it
per
can
se,
be too. Well,
but they put the fear in our heads.
let it go,
to
let it
make
keep
us-
running.
to make a lot of people say,
That's right.
"Oh God, we couldn't die.
And
We gotta have
well,
toilet paper."
That's the media
I ain't
too.
gonna
That's the
wipe
two
my
things. There's
ass.
two establishments. Everybody kind of trusts the media too much. I'm
That
not
was about
saying
the
they ought to be
dumbest thing I can say.
one way or the other, but they've always been biased, and they're going to. Even back in the days of TV, and when it was real clean and the way the news was, the news, the
Oh
media.
yeah,
It's always has a bias and a slant and an agenda. Everything in the world has an agenda. They're all trying to be business and make money. That's
all
one of the
about
main
money.
agendas around
to make
know.
money. Well, we
So-
talked about that some because like everybody's out grabbing money because you always want when you work at your job, you want more time off, more benefits, more, and that's just in our
That's the society we created in Western Civ.
Yeah.
You need more. That's just the op.
That
That's
is
what
Western-
business is. Business, you need to make 1 penny more tomorrow than you did today.
That's why the immigrants come over here and they'll work at Tyson's 20 hours a day
Yeah.
and be happy with the salary they get.
Yeah, because they know they can get a lot worse. They came a long ways for that.
Yeah, they walked how many miles that?
They can't. They're
She
not
had
going
Honduras, 29 days.
Well, they
29
probably
days
came
of
through
walking.
more than that walk. Yeah, they probably walked past some people.
Yeah, they said, what'd you say, 300 started, 60 made it.
Yeah. A bunch of them died trying to jump on the train at the end of the line to get into California. They jumped on the train, started jumping on the trains, got ran over.
But that's what you're going to try. That's
Try anything.
To survive.
Get on this ride.
Yeah.
To come to America, to work at
To have-
Tyson's
yeah,
20
for
hours
like a
day.
chance. Because life can be quite a struggle. It always is. people have their struggles. That's part of what the definition.
We did talk about struggles.
Life. We know that. I mean, you're gonna have your struggles at some point in time. That's why it's always the good old days, because you get more and more struggles as you get older.
Yeah, more and more. Like we need more.
But that's why you're supposed to also.
When we was younger, I didn't have no damn struggles, man. I
didn't even think about money when we was kids. Did
Get
it?
money.
Well, that was one of that, because that's the big
until
one
I
got
graduated. I'm like, damn, I got bills now.
Yeah, we never worried about not having nothing. We didn't have nothing, but never worried about being stuck out in the country, not having TV and cable like everybody else did. We never had to worry.
Well, and don't even like some people say
we be boxing on the damn trampoline.
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people say. You know, they talk about you don't know what you didn't know what you were missing. But I tell you what, there's been plenty of times I know there's other things, you know, but I don't need. There's a simpler way to be. Because that's one simple thing that set everything
I felt like
off,
it was pretty simple back in the day.
Because you weren't worried about money.
You
had no concept of money. You took a lot of things for granted, sure, but that's what you do. But you know,
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we've turned it into where you got to pay bills, and they're going to keep getting higher. You need to make more. You need to do more. You got to put more hours in. You got to do. You need to work harder. You know, stuff like that. We've created that spirit.
Well, we also
business
created
more.
I'm all
things.
against.
You need things.
Well, the woman in the workplace, like when that happens,
yeah. Well, that changed. Yeah, you need 2 incomes and stuff like that. Yeah, as far as to get by, even that changed things.
Yeah,
because used to you didn't. I mean, you wanted to buy a house and they that, but
was it
find the right
was we
job.
forced to do that, or was women were forced to work?
No, not that. Yeah, at one point,
yeah.
In World War II, that's when that really happened.
Because we wanted more.
We were we couldn't do it without the manpower anymore. All our men we were sending to be troops, and we put women in the workplace big time. They were already, but there's a lot of jobs they didn't do. They started putting women in any job. That's like what do they have? Like Rosie Riveter, and they made a big.
Well, when did they start letting women in the military?
Oh,
it wasn't that.
No, and they still hadn't. And it hadn't been that long ago that they let them like into combat and stuff. They've only been
80s.
Oh, it's probably since they live in combat. No, they were in certain positions, for a while, probably.
But I'm talking about in the combat.
Oh shit, they didn't let that happen until a long time. They didn't put women on front lines till after like Desert Storm and shit. They didn't have that
really?
shit.
It was not Desert.
Like whenever they started
90s
saying,
then.
Like whenever it was not long. Like they were like Don't Ask, Don't Tell came right after that. You know, shit. Yeah, it wasn't long before they started. They still don't put, I think, women in certain positions just because they can't. There are certain physical tests that only men have passed.
But you know, talking about World War II. After World War II, it didn't matter if you worked at a gas station or if you were a manager for a bank. Everyone was able to buy their house and profit, and have money left over when they died.
That was the American dream. That was that's when that came about. That hadn't always been a thing. You should have a house and you should do this, and then your kids should do better. You know, that's another idea. How's that going to work? It don't. That's not a real thing.
Well, in this song, he talks about this same. Listen to this, or I know you heard it.
Oh yeah,
it is. It's true, man.
New world.
The new world.
He ain't people like us no more, though.
Huh?
No, that's what he's talking about. An old soul. There's not as many in the.
No, I'm talking about
a minority.
Him struggle. He ain't got no struggles no more. I promise you that.
Oh yeah.
They offered him an $8 million record contract, and he turned it down.
Yeah, he's turned down money.
Yeah,
I don't know how long he'll hold out.
No, he ain't held out. He's already on the road right now. He's performing already.
Yeah, I mean, he's just doing it his way though.
Yeah, I bet he's getting paid like.
But yeah, he's getting paid, but he's doing it his way. He's not getting like
probably $100,000 a show, something stupid.
Right,
you know?
but he's not just taking like say $8 million contract for somebody to do what they want with it.
To change his stuff.
Yeah, change his stuff. That's what
he's doing his own material. So
that's
needs
good. This or that,
because once you sign that contract, you're doing what they want.
Oh yeah,
you're not doing what you want anymore.
It don't even matter. Yeah.
Company store. You remember that song? That's the.
Well, yeah, how about they've created it where you gotta pay bills. You got bills and it's ongoing. You got to keep cash flowing.
I was listening to a podcast, maybe, or something about the music deal and about how, by the time, I don't remember what band it was on, but like they went on tour and stuff. And then when they got done, like the producer or the promoter,
Elvis Presley,
gave them a bill, and it's like,
them.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, for the room. I mean, because they didn't pay for nothing while they was on it. Everything was taken care of. But then when it's over, they're like, okay, it's time to get paid. And they're like, when it's all over, it was
nothing
like,
left.
Yeah, nothing left, bro. But of course, they were stealing it. Of course,
right. Elvis Presley's manager made more than Elvis Presley did.
Because they show you hotel, meals, women, all this stuff costs money. Nothing's free. Alcohol is not free. So they're charging damn crazy prices, and when it's all said and done, you ain't got no money.
Doing that 30% markup on it after they get it.
Yeah, and they just rob you blind. And a lot of them guys sign them contracts, don't know what they're signing, and just get taken advantage of. Eazy-E, the NWA, like that, their producer, that white guy, took
all their money.
Yeah, that's why they left him.
Mm-hmm.
Stole their money, and that's what it's all about.
There's speaking of podcasts, what's that little deal that my wife sent?
Oh yeah, go back. I forgot about that.
Best podcast ever
Started.
Just easy peasy.
Wonder what she's trying to say with that little.
We're not the Tard Pod. We're the BEZ.
Mm-hmm.
The BEZ. We're being easy today. We're trying not to get too deep and dark. We've talked about good old days. We talked about God. We talked about.
Let's talk about 10 million mouths to feed.
Oh, we were talking about the immigrants that come in, Earl.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Hey, did you see that where Tyson's laid off like how many jobs?
1,500.
1,500 jobs and replace them with immigrants?
Yeah. Yes, they.
I thought it was like
New
12.
York.
I
It's
thought
not
it was
here.
more than that, dude.
Man, somebody said maybe it was 15,000.
I think it was 15,000, bro.
And somewhere in New York, Tyson's in New York, wherever it's at, they laid off 15,000.
But
so
wait
they
a
could
minute.
hire.
But wait a minute. Okay, we read it. We hear about that now. But what have they been doing in Vernon the last 5 years, dude?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like
The egg farm. Come on.
But I'm saying them
how many long? It's a while.
them,
Slowly and surely.
Burmese that have come to Vernon.
Yeah, they've been doing that a while. The Cubans, they did it with Cubans. They've done that a few times. They've had some different groups.
I mean, I understand why.
But here's the deal: take jobs from us.
But Zach was saying the government's paying them to do that. Earl.
Subsidies.
probably
subsidizing.
so. Yeah, they're subsidized.
They're
for
So
having
it's
them hired.
actually making them more money by hiring these immigrants than hiring me or you.
And it's cheaper. It's cheaper for them
Yeah,
to
it's
have.
cheaper.
Yes, it's cheaper for them to have them, not buy them, but to pay them.
Well, basically,
Yeah,
what they're doing.
then the government
Yeah.
is paying them to hire them.
hire them.
Yeah,
So they're getting double paid.
they're getting a better. Yeah.
They're
Than what
getting-
somebody else would have got.
They're getting it for way cheaper.
Yeah.
They're almost getting free labor.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
the business is.
And
It's a form of slavery, dude.
it's
if you
they're
ask
gonna
me.
they're gonna they're gonna
it's like an indentured servant's work.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like
We didn't come right out of slavery
It's not like
either.
slavery, like
No.
it was. I'm not
But
saying.
we didn't come right out of it either. We had
Sweatshop.
indentured servants.
Sweatshop.
We, could,
Sweatshop.
we didn't just throw those people out either. We started having indentured servants and having a lot of other stuff. There was Jim Crow. It was social. We didn't have equal, not even equal rights. Still, look how society treats people, whatever. Like, white, black, Hispanic. There's some major categories still, racism, that are left over from shit like that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, what was it, 60s before they, brought up into school, desegregation of schools, even though we ended slavery 100 years before. Still, there was the
we
2/3.
just now like, okay,
and
that's
was,
okay.
Yeah, that was okay. Right. That was the thinking.
and a lot of that had to do with the poverty.
Yeah.
That's still a separation. That's
really
the major
is.
separation of any. That's how you live in neighborhoods and stuff. They're
But
pretty much by
that's why
how
the government created welfare, I feel
they
like.
group them together.
Yeah.
I don't know if they created them that way, but that's what it turned into.
That's what it turned into, and
Yeah.
then they didn't change it.
Well, there's different because they've had. There's always going to be that though. That's part of it. You got to accept some people that are going to skirt the system. They're going to cheat it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a certain amount of that, but when everybody's doing something wrong and you know what I mean, when it gets to a point to where you got to turn things the other way around, because it has a good intent and things like that. It's probably set up and it helped a lot of people, still does.
But now
Things
we're
like that.
using it to help immigrants.
Yeah, I don't go seeking it out, dude. I think.
Illegal immigrants, not immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
Illegal.
Yeah, they're not even. Yeah,
Well,
they're
if
not
they're
even-
working
they're,
over here, are they
They
illegal?
don't even have work visas. I mean, they're
No, they've poured
they're
in.
they're in the process of.
Okay.
They're trying. Yeah, they're here because they're waiting to see if they're gonna get.
But they're working while they're here.
There's different. Oh, yeah, there's
yeah.
people that come in and never gonna.
It's because they want to make them voters. Let's just want to get this all
Yes.
out there.
Yeah,
They're
that's
creating
anybody.
voters?
Or no,
That's exactly why.
well, they're gonna be a taxpayer too.
Are they?
Well, yeah, they're gonna come and have a
Eventually.
job somewhere. There's gonna be some taxes coming out of that. That's more than nothing for the
But I'm
government.
saying,
to get.
you
They
think
just need a 1% markup.
So you think the government is holding taxes out of their checks like me and you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They are?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're still taxed.
They're going
I
to
don't
get
know.
income tax.
Every dollar is taxed. Even those
They're going
rich
to get a
people.
Social Security number
See, that's it. That's how they make them legal, right there.
once they give that number.
That's some of the stuff. Like if you start looking at the death tax and stuff like that Trump argues against, that's just pretty much the way it is. That way, that's how the government's always been that way. You don't get to hang on to it. They're going to take their part. You can't give it to everybody. You can give certain parts, but it's expensive to do.
Yeah. The government's taking your money.
That's like, yes, and they're going to take it all eventually.
Yes. They really do.
It's like the death tax and stuff like that. That's how they can only get it to go so much. And everybody says that's like wrong, but that ain't going to change probably. The government's going to still
that is terrible. That death tax is dumb. All that inheritance tax, all that, like, if somebody died and left me $2 million, I get inheritance. I get taxed on that.
Yeah, 30%.
Yeah, or whatever. If they send, or it's not just cash like that. It's but
they've already been taxed on it.
Oh, then you have to pay. Then you have to pay for the land that you get. You got to pay the taxes on that shit.
Yeah,
and then from then on,
it's a damn crock for your life.
That's why most of they're not. The government's going to get their dollar. You're going to die, and they're going to keep grinding the wheel.
Yeah, if you die, they're just going to get your property.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody's going to. That's what they're doing all the time. That's what happens to all these people that, everybody has all these incredible debts anymore. What happens to all those? They're just write-offs to some of these companies.
The company store.
Yeah, they are.
I'm telling you right now. That even does go back to that. Think about it. They used to go to work in the mines, and there was only one store in the mine.
Yeah, in the whole little town.
That's right. So everybody had to buy their food and stuff there. And by the time that they were done working, they got all their wages and then still owed them.
Yeah, or you got all your wages and you had the one place to spend it anyway. And what was your option? Oh, well, beans went from $10 a bag to $50 a bag.
Right.
Now, what are you gonna do? They found their ways. It's an opportunist thing. That's the cutthroat nature of business, and that's what we have here. That a lot of the world makes fun of America for thinking that we could just have free capitalism and get away with it. That's what we don't see that a lot of the world does see. That's even, we don't understand how people wake up under communist regime. A lot of people want to be told what to do. They just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Man.
I'll fall in line. Just tell me what I'll do.
No, that's what they want. That's what they want.
So that's not hard. It's not a terrible thing. And people have lived that way a long way. A long time, whether it be a king that tells them that or whatever official.
Yeah, most
elected.
people want to be told.
A lot of people want to, they want to know what they're supposed to do. Well, it's really a whole lot of people. They don't know any different unless they're told. They can't figure shit out on their own.
No, yeah, some people aren't. Some people need to be told.
Yeah, sure. And some people need to be controlled.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
But it's not 100%. It's not an absolute each way. That's the intricacies of society.
Yeah, sold my soul to the company store. The company store, I think.
Is that the name?
Sold my soul.
Yeah, that's and a lot of stuff came. Like we thought we had. You remember unions got big because business was ruthless and people were dying. They didn't care building railroads and shit like that. You took into account how many people you were going to lose building a bridge.
That's right.
Those are just things that were, and so that's why unions came around. And then what did they do? But take it the other direction. Where people have all these rights and don't do nothing. They fought too hard for the labor. It's just that's the nature of the business is to always go for more until you fuck it up.
You build 100 bridges.
100 walls.
You know that joke, don't you?
Okay, so it's crazy.
Yeah, it could be worse though.
Could it be? Yeah, we could have lived during the Great Depression.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad.
Rougher. Yeah, we still.
But we don't know what time we're going to live in now. Like when.
Well, we're still in a nice
100 years, are going to be saying, "Damn, they lived during COVID."
Yeah,
because that is pretty. It was pretty bad.
See, but people don't even talk about the swine flu, and it's 3 times worse than that. 50 million.
Yeah.
Spanish flu. I mean.
Yeah,
both of them.
We thought it was bad. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
There's been some other crazy stuff. There's been some Ebola breakouts that have at least been small. That shit's terrible.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And that was the nature of business. They'd move in a little town, and that they were all that was there. You're right. They were the store and everything, and it's that way. Even if they don't, they're still in control of all your shit. We've got that now.
Walmart.
You got to have it now.
Amazon.
Like right now, what do I work for? I'm trying to work for medical insurance.
Amazon. Hey man, but if you got stocks in Amazon, you're doing pretty good, brother.
Well, if you bought them early.
That's one thing David did. They've got it on that.
Yep, speculation, and things like that.
It's probably a little bit better, especially if you have inside information.
Yes. Oh, that's
why it's so crazy. The stock market's so crazy because there's too many people know.
Yeah.
And you can create a situation like GameStop created that situation.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Got a lot of people rich.
Real rich.
And was it legal? I don't know.
No.
I don't know that much about it. So, but there was some trading information going, and people knew about it, and it created. Yeah.
Is it ethical? That's what we have. Business ethics or
it's ethical. If you're on the winning side of it, it is. But if you're not, you're like, them bastards stole my money.
Yeah, well, who's going to say, well, yeah, who draws lines where? Who's doing wrong? There's a lot of wrong done that ain't illegal.
Hey,
that's what some people only. That's what live
I
by
watch
the
that
law.
show sometimes. It comes on. I don't know what it's called. American Greed. Have you ever watched it? It's you have to look it up sometime. It's like a series. They have a little series on, say, Joe Blow over here was running a Ponzi scheme on all these people taking their
crooks
money.
or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about money.
Yeah.
And about all the money. Like, I call you up and say, hey, I'm fixing to open this old abandoned hospital here. I'm fixing to make 55 rooms in it and blah, blah. And I need
so much money.
I need your $10,000, $100,000 to help me out, bro. Can you help me? Sure, man. Here's $100,000. It's going to make all this money, I promise you. And I take it and spend it. A new truck.
Jet skis.
Yeah. And but they do that to so many people, and I mean, I'm talking about like millions of dollars they're scheming out of people.
Oh, yeah. There's big dollars like that, and there's a little bit at a time. They bleed.
Yeah, you can do it however you
want.
want. Mm-hmm. But I mean, these people have the lavish lifestyle. They had to get millions, and so they were scheming so many people. And it finally, a few years, 5 years, it all falls usually. And they go
But knowing they're only going to go spend like 4 years in jail.
In a federal jail.
Yeah.
They're not going to like in the yard to hang out with the thugs. Like, you're going to a damn.
No Rocket Robinson.
Yeah. So.
They might have bought them a good time.
And they might have stashed them that money somewhere.
Yeah. A lot of them do. Yeah, sure they do.
And that's the name of the show.
A lot
American
of money stashed
Greed.
here. That's where it's going away from
You
here.
got to watch it sometime. It's actually literally crazy how they scheme people out of their money.
No, there's any which way you can think of. Or there's
Most
different
of
ways.
it's-
There's crazy things people steal.
Most of it's all investing. Like, these people get turned on to these guys that are trying to invest in the companies.
Yeah,
And,
so it's a bigger idea. Yeah, so we're gonna take your little money and turn it into bigger.
big money. That's all it's about.
But they're just taking it straight.
Yeah, they're not. They might put a little bit like, I'm building all these rooms in here. I might get one room done. The rest of it I'm taking.
And they make you think that they're doing something.
Yeah, and they keep sending you reports saying, oh, my money's growing this much. And then finally they get like a whiff of something going on, like, I'm going to take my money out now. And they're like, well, it's could have been a problem. I can't get your money till next week. Okay. Next week comes, you still ain't got no money. Then it turns into like, these motherfuckers stole my money.
It's like when the housing market, what was it, 2008 or whatever, from having, they were intentionally giving people that couldn't pay these loans money.
Yeah.
And then what they would do, you would take it and you gambled. You said these are going to fail. You would take them on for whatever left, and you ended up making money
on their failures.
And because these would fail, you would say, "Hey, these are the bad," and you knew they were when they did them. And it's like taking insurance on them. It was a legal thing. It's like a loophole, and they played it, had it all set up until they whole system.
Yeah.
And they had to come in and do something. It was about the whole economy.
Yeah. The government always.
And that was the American, and they were promising them the American dream. There was a lot of, cheap mortgages and stuff like that. And they were just building
Giving everybody.
Yeah.
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 Knowing you wasn't going to get it paid.
Yeah. That was part of the deal. It was the actual idea of the business was to give these loans. Yes, they told them. They lower your standards a little. Let's get these people on in, get them on, and then we'll. It's kind of like what they did in the used car deals, kind of like that too. Like you repo one over and over, kind of. You're going to sell somebody for whatever because you're going to go get it back.
So these banks ended up with all these houses.
Yeah.
And resold them for way more money.
Yeah, well, people also made other money. Individuals made money hedging on that, the way that it works in the stock. I don't entirely understand.
No, I don't either. David would be the one.
Yeah, it's kind of like having insurance. It's kind of like insuring something and knowing it's going to fail. You know it? Kind of like, that's a crime. Farmers do that. There's been fraud. You say you planted this or say this and that happened and claim the insurance on it, stuff like that.
I mean, I do a little bit of farming myself, but I have yet to partake in any of them things that you've talked about.
But it happens.
So I don't know that much about all that. But
on different scales.
Yeah. It's on big money scales what farming is.
Yeah, well, because the numbers look big.
Yeah, they're inflated. Because anything with farming is
they're ballooned.
Dollar.
They're ballooned. There ain't no little. It's just this.
No, everything in farming is big money.
Oh, as far as like the expenses? Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Everything in farming is big money.
Income?
Yeah. It all goes back
profit
inside.
Margin? Yeah, there's no profit margin.
Nah.
You're trying to pay for what you did already.
Yeah. It's all
you're hoping. You're playing the weather and other
it's
things.
actually
it's like gambling.
It's actually the bigger
it is.
It is gambling with larger amounts
and then
of money.
some people have just got maybe better experience at it or better at checking the weather and kind of
I think a lot of it there is some skill to farming, but there is a lot of luck.
There's
a lot of that.
Hey, there's
it
hard
has
work
to rain.
too. Hey, there's some people that don't
it
work
has to
hard
rain
enough.
at the right time. It has to be dry at a certain there's certain things has to happen.
Yeah. Yep. You got to be ready for whatever kind of.
That's why you got to look at that almanac.
That and
And like I said, just to be ready. A lot of folks are like, nah, you know what? I'm tired. That's like a lazy thing. It used to be, that's the old way that lazy was the problem.
Yeah.
With the farmer, you better get out there and be ready for whenever.
Yeah, you got to be
when
ready.
you do it, or you got to be ready, and you got to have your shit ready. There's other work to be done in the meantime.
You have to be ready at all times.
Whereas, you know what I mean? There's different kinds of dirt farming, and then there's like anymore they don't
irrigation.
You can't make your own way doing that anymore. Yeah, now it's industrialized. Like other things.
It is hard for small farmers.
It's industrialized farming as far as any agriculture, anything besides wheat and cotton. I mean, any kind of all of our animal dairy. I mean, around here, there's a lot, really, agriculture. But look at all the different things there are. You got dairies and beef cows. And those are huge around here in Texas, of course.
I run a lot of cattle on my
there's
farm.
egg farm
custom
around here.
Grazing. Other people grow crops and all that.
And it changes around here. What's good? You remember, I think somebody's over there, they got some canola. Remember when that was everywhere?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Remember how that was a thing for a while?
That made a bunch of money off canola.
Yeah, but just for a while, a couple
was
years.
kind of
and it was everywhere. They did that too. What else was it? There was something else like that. Remember in Guar? It's still kind of around. Remember when people had all that shit?
Guar. And they're trying to do hemp like around here, but it just hasn't taken off. And I don't know if it's because the government's not subsidizing it, because they do everything else.
I'm getting that greenhouse. We're going to talk about that.
Well, yeah, that's
but like this hemp is like grown like you would canola, like big fields of it.
But it's not
for flour. No, it's for industrial purposes, like ropes.
But what kind of hemp is it?
It's kind of like rope and shit out of. It's probably wheat
fibers and stuff.
So it's because it's called hemp.
It's still got THC. It's probably, got THC in it, and they breed out the strains.
It's kind of like
it's like a different breed.
It's a different breed. Yes, it does have THC, but the government. This is why I think it's not taking off. So if you plant it, and the government comes out there and say, we got to test this to make sure there's certain levels of THC. They test it, and they're like, this is 13.3%. You got to destroy the whole crop, sir.
Oh.
Yeah. Like if it's above a certain level, you can't have it. You can't harvest it. So they make you destroy it. So they control it, and I just don't think it's taken off here. They was actually supposed to build a plant in Wichita that you could take it to when you harvest it, and they would refine it, whatever they do. Like a cotton gin, it'd be a hemp gin.
Right.
I don't know how they process it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it was
a bunch of weed going out the back door.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
But no, you actually harvest it before it flowers, so it's just a fiber. It's just
that's why it has less in it too.
It's not the flower. It's just
the
the
hemp
leaves and the stem. Stalks.
It's like, I think it's like you've always heard the stuff like hemp makes, like, you can make the pulp of it makes like way less. It takes way less of it to make more paper. There's a lot of shit to it. It's like
it can be used, but
people be smoking the paper.
No, it wouldn't have that.
Not even that. No, they wouldn't even. And that. And why do they? You think they'd fight that just because it's related to? It's the same thing. It's hard for them to control because it's hard for them to have that feel. That's why it's hard for them to control it.
Because they have to come test it, and do all that stuff.
It's hard for them to control it.
Yeah,
that's why. Because like I said, there's like back in the old days of high times, they were always preaching the good things about weed and people knew. There's plenty of people. The subculture knew
that was used for good.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that know. Oh no, it's not. This evil thing. Reefer madness was a thing. You ever seen that propaganda thing? That was like when they put that in.
Well, they tried to say
in schools and in movie theaters,
I'm not.
They had, little Jenny, she was a perfectly good little 15-year-old wore a white dress, and then somebody got her to smoke reefer. It's pretty much what it shows on the do. I mean, it just shows them going nuts or something because.
Yeah, they tried to make it, and that's our media government force. They try to
because it's controlling you. It's not what you do, what you think, like they say. That's their agenda. They have to. Everybody has one.
If it ain't their way, it ain't the right way.
Yeah, and that's the way of the world.
Yes.
And that's society. That's over and over in the Bible. That's what it's talking about plenty of times. And how the world has ended before. Since biblical times and a lot of that stuff's written. There's been other societies, and they try to tell you about that in the Bible if you read it. There was wicked other societies around them that were, what they were based on? Money.
Yeah.
And they were, they had good things like the Phoenicians and things like that were travelers. And they'll mention these people in the Bible and stuff, but they tell you, don't take in foreigners. Don't let these people come in your land because what they're going to do is they're going to ruin it. They're going to come in and you're going to think they're just business people. And it says this I had to look where. It says, don't let foreigners in your land, even if they're of goodwill and make you money. Because eventually it will ruin your land.
Yeah, well.
And probably because that happened before.
Many times before.
Yes.
Every country.
Just like with other forms of government. But, I mean, pretty much, I think a lot of other societies tried to go by money. try to go by business. You know, it's not hadn't always been and we know they've gone by a lot of things. You know, we've had kings and emperors, and you know, the Romans and Greeks figured out democracy, a way to have people live together with money. You know what tied them together? You couldn't just trade and barter. You needed this other concept that was universal. It's the idea of money. Most people didn't just come up with that. You know, that's like why they had no idea that when white man hit this continent, the people who've been living here, they didn't know. They had no idea about ownership or why you would have, you know, hell, they'd trade you some beads for this or that. You know, there was that was the thing, trading, and there was no rights to land. There was no ownership of this or that.
Yeah. Times are
and then,
a little easier.
Because there was such a class, and those people had been here, and what white man is in Western Civ as it came, there was such a difference then that people didn't see it for a long time, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you know, like it's the difference in being asleep and awake.
Yeah.
There's always some folks that are awake screaming and yelling and pointing, hey, sky's falling, right?
Oh, there's always
and who wants to listen?
But see, some people just say, don't even worry about a thing.
Yeah.
Because it's all going to be all right.
Yeah, it's a philosophy.
Bob Marley's one of his philosophies.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. Everything's going to be all right. It's going to be easy. Just be easy.
I don't know about all that, but
right. That's a temporary approach.
Temporary.
That's
why I was talking about music for us is a temporary relief for a lot of people of the stresses of life.
Music's magic.
Yeah. No, I know. And like I say, Zach knows
magic.
He's been involved in it his whole life.
Well, and especially live music. It's just
live music's whole different.
It's just with the crowd and everything else. Where people, it doesn't take that much for somebody to get in line together. That's like what a band is, or just somebody that's never played together, and you kind of pick up with them, and all of a sudden you're on the same. What are you on? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I've seen the looks.
You get together and play good music together. It's hard to explain.
Hard to explain.
There's always parts of it that we don't know. That's one of those things. It's like it just is, and it's been so much that people don't question it. Those things. That's beyond.
Yeah.
It transcends. It transcends just being
that. It does.
Entertainment or whatever. Those are things they've got out of it. But it's been around a long time as far as people. They've always been beating on a drum and making instruments and putting that stuff together, and it's out there.
Yeah,
birds
sing.
Yeah. It's not unknown out there. It's the magic of sound in our human ear.
Yeah, it does something to our
human ear and tuning us together.
It does some magic. You're right.
That it's not the same.
Brings people together.
Yeah, most definitely
brings people together.
It's a mood change. Hey, you listen to music. It don't have to be. You ain't got to play it, but you can listen to music. It changes your mood.
That's going to which Godsmack a damn sure.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's a mood changer. And a lot of people use it for that.
Yeah,
they really, and it's for good or bad. Maybe they're in a bad mood and they got to get in their zone and get.
Yeah,
there's people that just get fired up on some music.
Yeah, or you're going to the gym. You're like, all right, let's play some.
Yeah.
I hadn't been going to the gym. I probably need to, but
I play Motley Crue.
AC/DC.
Yeah, that kind of like rock.
Yeah.
Metallica always got me kind of fired up.
I don't know.
I never was a fan of Metallica.
Not like that. Not pumped up. A little bit. Enter Sandman kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. They play.
No, not all their songs, but
a lot of their shit's pretty dark.
Yeah, it was.
More probably like Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart.
Yeah,
there's lots of
that because I was like, you're just like, man, I hear that song. If I'm working out, I'm like
blood pumping. Yeah,
Jump. Back.
Yeah.
Oh, there was lots of. I was on the rock kick for a while.
There's a lot of good bands. That has
good bands.
Funny.
Yeah, my whole life's been different styles of music, and now the music's a little bit different. I say I don't listen to a lot of new music. I listen to some new music, but I don't know.
I start catching on to it about 10, 15 years after.
Yeah, me too. That's when I started liking it.
Yeah.
You heard this shit? Yeah, it came out 20 years ago.
I can't. Yeah, well, I didn't know some stuff that was out in the 90s that I've caught now a long time later.
Yeah, it's crazy how I just go through little...
Well, there's some off shit. You ever heard 311?
I have not. What is that?
They're all their own, yeah. They're kind of ska, reggae, but they riff and jazz kind of. I don't like jazz and stuff, but it's real... It has a mood to it. You just listen to it, and it's real and different, man. And it's like reggae in that, like, if you have an upbeat tempo, it's about some dark shit. And if you got a happy tempo, well, then it's about, it's not, then it's about love. Or the low tempo is about a love song that's really deep. It's like the opposite of what you would be.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of times. And it's real riffy. and just kind of goes off and like with the other different instruments. They have two lead singers. They were around. I think they still were around like from 91 to like 2000 something. I think they may still be actually, but the main core they recorded in the 90s, and it's just some different.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, just you kind of listen to several though. They're different. They got there's probably 10, 15 songs you got to listen to before. Like I said, they got two singers. I don't. There's a bunch of people in the band. It's just they're not unconventional.
Here we go, right cool. Here.
Who is this?
This is M311. This is a live little deal they're doing here. Beautiful Disaster.
Oh yeah.
You probably heard them. Yeah. And there's another singer. They got at least two lead singers. It's an odd mix.
Yeah.
Of what their influences are.
Yeah, they're jamming.
They're drumming. Yeah. That's what a lot of that is, that jazzy riffy stuff. When he's one of them that goes off.
The drummer?
I like listening to stuff like that. It's not all about music and you know what I mean? You know, like there's certain parts like, that lead guitar is like crazy. And most people notice that. But like you said, there's some songs like that fucking drummer's crazy. You know?
Yeah. So that's what I like now. When I listen to music, I kind of listen to more instruments than words. You know, I mean words too, but
people notice when they're over like Flea, Red Hot Chili Peppers are known for having, you know.
Yeah. I
mean, they were driven by that, and their music is. And they had their style too. They were funk and it went to their own deal.
Yeah, they created their own version of
kind of. There's some other. They came out of L.A. There were some other L.A. bands at that time that were funk, punk, rock.
We've lived through several, I guess,
genres.
Little swells, yeah. Well, you know, there wasn't
grunge,
rock. Saw the invention of rap. There was no such thing as
rap. I was really big into rap. Beastie Boys, like, that was one of my first rap groups that I liked.
Used to live down.
I mean, Beastie Boys was, and my brother liked,
Slick Rick.
No,
I like Slick Rick.
Yeah, Run DMC.
And
so, and I like Run DMC, but I was like, Beastie Boys are better, and so we'd always be like, no. Oh man, I love
Aerosmith. Yeah,
I love Run DMC too, but I don't know, for some reason when the Beastie Boys come out, I'm like,
well, those are different. Yes, well, because they had a different style that caught on.
Well, it's more like a rock rap.
You remember the old rap was like it was back and forth. It was like you say different words.
Like I would say 2 words, you'd say 2, you'd say 2, and we just go around.
That was one of the things that they were Run DMC specials now.
And you know, it was just So it wasn't like I just sit here and rap for 5 minutes straight.
Well, that was what was the first rap song? What's it called? That's how it was. They pretty much say it was
Lottie. No. First rap song. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What is it called? I can't think of the name of the song, dude. But it was the first one like that, and that's what they like chopped it up. And then that's what blew up, and everybody started. It was like Grandmaster Flash, something
like that. I don't know, but it wasn't like just one guy rapping. It was like several guys.
Yeah,
and
but that was the first. That was early rap.
Yeah.
It's changed into hip hop and everything else.
Beastie Boys come in and put like a little bit of rock and roll, and then Run DMC did too with the.
They sampled other music. They were sampling a lot of the old rap. Sampled Motown and a lot of old stuff like that. The white dudes went back in and got some Led Zeppelin and some Black Sabbath stuff, and they started putting the white folk beats back in it. They sample it. You don't notice it. It's subtle. But
that's really where rap started, but sampling other people's music, which I always thought was.
That's why people didn't.
I mean, it was really.
You're stealing. That's what a lot of people said from the start.
Yeah.
You're borrowing. But
Elvis did a lot of that
totally
too.
different. Well, Elvis.
The only person that can rewrite a hymnal.
I was fixed to say,
change the words in it.
He could sing whatever they put in front of him. He was going to make whatever.
Because they said that he used to go, because he grew up around a lot of black folks.
Right.
And he used to go look and watch them play music, and that's where he learned all them little moves that he did. He learned them from the black folks.
Yeah. Right.
White people can't move like that, or not supposed to.
You know, then there's Jerry Lee Lewis and Mickey Gilley and Jimmy Swaggart are all first cousins. They all learned piano from the same person, a black lady.
Yeah. Like so, I mean, music is.
But you never think Jimmy Swaggart and Jerry Lee Lewis would be cousins, though. Jimmy Swaggart,
Yeah, they
first cousins. It's craziness.
Music has been, and I'm sure we stole it from the tribes of.
Yeah, I was going to say it is tribal. It is. It
is. Like the Indians that were here, what'd they do?
That's whatever. Yeah, drum is your first instrument usually.
Yeah, but they made noises. Had them little
beating on stuff. Yeah, you're beating. On
stuff.
Percussion.
Yeah,
percussion.
They made their own music, and maybe to us it sounded like a bunch of racket, but to them it was like what we're listening to right now. Man, that's my jam. Right. Can you just imagine when they come out like boom, 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 like that's my jam. Let's go.
Music's bigger in some cultures.
Yes.
It's not as important to some people as it is to others. That's so. You're gonna have people that, like I said, they're freaked out.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Well, like the Indians, from what I learned, I wasn't around when they were here, of course, but you know, they did ceremonies where they did music and where they did weddings, or,
Chants and
wash away the ghosts and spirits, and it was spiritual for them, I think.
Yeah, lots of different things. Yeah, well, and it is. It's social too. You come together and dance.
Social,
and
like dance. Dancing was big, which for a lot of, and we still do that. We have dance halls, so people go and dance.
But there's too many other things. At that, what else you going to, man, when you had to live, when your life was spent surviving, finding your food, or
you had to
like those were big occasions.
Hell yeah.
Now people have a lot of options, don't they?
Yeah.
To fill their time.
Yeah, I can sit here and do nothing
with bullshit
and watch my phone for 45 hours.
But
TikTok.
That's what they want you to do. That's
who
pay your taxes.
Japanese
Government.
watch TikTok. So it is a Japanese company, right?
Chinese.
Oh, Chinese.
They're trying to get it toward. They're making them sell it if they're going to stay in the United States, to where it's not Chinese owned. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do right now.
Wow.
The Chinese government regulates it.
Oh yeah,
you can't get on TikTok if you're under 18.
It's not even the same.
And you can only be on it.
Can't get on if you're
what?
No, it's not the same platform at all.
Kids can't be. It's called something else. Kids can't be on it, and you're limited to like 3 or 4 hours a day.
And love your country is how it always ends. Shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't be on it. It's so addictive. What it is, the way it works, the algorithm they put in it for how you keep watching it and flicking, it's created a dopamine in 15 seconds, and that's what nothing else works the same. That's all you want to do.
I believe that.
Yes, and that they've done that on purpose. And the Chinese government even recognizes that, to where they've regulated it. Like, no, you only need like 3 hours of this a day, and don't let kids have it.
But send it to America, and they watch it all day.
We're gonna get all their 15-year-old girls watching TikTok all day, and that's where we're gonna influence society because it does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's they make fun, like you go to Taylor Swift concerts, all the little white girls and the daddies, all the daddies that take them. That's where a lot of money goes, because you're gonna do daddy's little girl. Everybody want,
I know.
And Taylor's a crazy bitch. She's good and talented. She's one of those too. She's like Michael Jackson or something else. They don't tell her nothing.
Is, yeah.
And she's having a hard time, I think. If you look at it a certain way, I mean, she's rich, but I think, to me, in the way you measure things, I think she's a fuck.
I mean, yeah.
But she's like somebody that ain't never gonna grow up. She's like Michael Jackson in a way. She's stuck somewhere. Is a beautiful artist.
Yeah.
Can do a lot of things, but I think she's got a lot of yes men around her.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's what all the big stars have. Elvis. That's why
the ones that started early, ones that were about 20 or whatever, when they started getting famous and shit like that, it's easier to take advantage.
The big ones, I think that
because they had such
the greed is so strong that you're taken by people to take a piece of your money, to the pie. Like Elvis and Michael Jackson, all them guys, like they're making so much money. Everybody wants a piece of the pie.
They didn't want to deal with this. You do, okay?
Yeah, you deal with it. I'll pay you whatever.
Yeah, you tell me. You
just give me what I want, money wise, and you can have the rest or whatever.
Well, that's where some of those. We'll say some of those people weren't true leaders. They were followers too.
Yeah,
they had an amazing
they needed
talent,
somebody to,
and they had to attach to somebody.
Somebody,
and somebody attached to them. Usually, it's not the right people.
No, it's the people that's taking your money.
Greedy folks. Yeah, somebody that wanted one other thing.
Yeah, they want your money. Or fame.
And to keep you doing it. Whatever, keep you doing it. Unless your agenda is out there real bad, then they're going to change all your shit. That's like why the people don't want to sign a contract and things like that, like you said, because then you've got somebody else. I don't say that.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Let's do it this way. I think it'd sound better if
I think that's probably where Taylor's at right now. What do you think?
That's what,
Taylor Swift, do you think she's doing what she wants or what somebody else wants?
Oh,
she's doing what she wants.
Yeah, it's
you
both.
think so?
Yeah, she's got some influence around her, but it's too much of what she wants. She don't have no other guide. It's a lot about want. I see her lost as a person, as a human being.
She's smart.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, when you expect someone to progress and grow as a human being, that's what happens. They don't. She's in that world, like Michael Jackson. You get to where that's all you do, and that's what you do. I'm not saying they're untalented or wrong or something else, but their influence is unreal.
Yeah, especially for the young girls.
For some group, or whatever it is.
Or what other group.
And time will tell. As far as some of that, I thought Michael Jackson. Look at he was a child star in the Jackson 5. His family, his dad did all that. You hear all the stories now, and then he had to go out on his own and kind of pushed his family off to the side because other people, you got it. And he changed and did some of that's his way, sure, but he fed into that. A lot of people fed into his way, and that's what ultimately got him. He had his own doctor. He didn't even have nobody telling him nothing. He had his own doctor. He told him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people wish they had their own doctor that could do what he was doing.
Yeah, it's hard to keep one legal. That's crazy if that even happened, really. Like that. What that dude was. That dude wasn't even an anesthesiologist. Yeah.
If you break the law, you won't always go to jail, but if you get caught, you will.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Well,
you can break the law.
Well, that's kind of why they punish people the way they do. Like, the system kind of figures that it's only catching a certain percent, so it's going to get you good when it does. Because most crimes go unchecked. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Zach's over there about to.
I know. I don't even know what tomorrow.
So this is going to be about the end of EZ already.
The year that's supposed to have more.
I
don't know. So somebody said 24
problems.
Right. Yeah, more struggles.
No shit.
Yeah, well, shit's getting higher, and so
yeah.
All right, well, we are gonna call it a episode, baby. So we will see ya. Be easy.
You always find a way to put me in my place, and I get mad and say the things that don't mean any way. Just like the time I told you, I don't care if you stay, don't care if you stay. So hey baby, let's not fight tonight. Hey baby, we can make this right. Put down that old suitcase and let me take you back to the place where we first met, and to the times you can't forget. Let's do them all. Hey baby, I said hey baby, I know that our lives have changed, but we can get back to that place where we were young and in love, and nothing stood in our way. Just like the time your old man said, yeah, there ain't no down way. And then we ran away. So, hey baby, let's not fight tonight. Hey baby, we can make this right. So put down that old suitcase and let me take you back to the place where we first met, and to the times you can't forget. Let's do them all. Hey baby, short version. I said hey baby,